Hey everyone. So I just set up the ice shack out at the cabin here. I need to measure the base of it, and I like to flare the sides out a bit more than they're supposed to be, because this year I think the solution to all my ice fishing problems is the floor. So for years I've wanted to build an ice shack. In fact, to build a guest cabin out here, we contemplated making it, I don't know, I think we were talking 12 by 16 at one point, as a compromise to have a solid wall, nice insulated ice shack as well as a guest cabin. The problem is, at the end of my driveway, there's two trees, two big oak trees, and the spread between them is just over 6 feet. So I wouldn't be able to get a solid walled, hey bud, I wouldn't be able to get a solid walled ice shack in my driveway. Now, I actually have two driveways because I've got a double lot. So the second driveway is open and would be able to get that ice shack in. But the problem is I've got a line of trees kind of dividing that section, so I wouldn't be able to get it actually in my yard. It would be in my shared driveway, but I don't want to do that. So I've been thinking and trying to figure out what I can do. And I know I spent like $550 on this several years ago. It's still worth that today. And I want to use this, but I want a permanent floor. So I was thinking about it over the last month or so. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a solid floor, an insulated floor with the hole covers, and I'm going to build in a heat shield for my new way stove. So I just measured it up, and I need to make a platform that's 12 by 8. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into 3 sections. So 3 4 by 8 sections, that way I can put them together and put skis on each section. I've already got the stuff ordered. Hey Nika. So yeah, I want to be able to, come here. Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good girl. Okay. Yeah. So the dogs love ice fishing too, clearly. But I want to be able to take this on different lakes, and I don't want to just have it be a permanent structure I have to keep out here. The fishing out here really sucks. So if I make 3 4-foot by 8-foot sections, each having their own independent pair of skis, I can actually attach the 3 panels together to make a full 8 by 12, and I can bolt them together through the skis, because the skis of each will match up. I'll show you what I mean in another video once I start building it. But I ordered the polyethylene for the skis. I've got the Frabble lighting to put in here. I was going to do LED strip lighting, and then I've got a small, almost like a lawn tractor or quad 12-volt battery. But I don't want to lug around a battery, and I really don't think the amount of times I'm going to open and close this that they'll stay on the hub ribs very well. The LED lighting, the 2835 bulbs, they're super bright, so it would have just illuminated this really well. But I also think that's a lot of extra work for me to piece it all together and solder different sections, because I'd only want a 2-foot strip on each hub, and wire it in so it looks okay. It just, to me, it seemed like just too much work. I just ordered 2 of the 4-bulb Frabble lighting, and it's all adjustable, so I can switch it whichever way I want the light beam to go. It's not going to be crazy bright, I don't think. But if they don't work, Frabble does have a higher lumen single light that I might end up getting that as well. Or I might end up returning these 2 Frabble lights that are like 18 inches long, and ordering like 6 of the other ones. I'm not sure yet. I really have to receive them, which will be Monday or Tuesday next week. I should get them, and then I can test them out and see if that's going to be adequate lighting, because I do want to be able to spend a lot of time ice fishing this year, but not just at this lake, because like I said, the ice fishing sucks here. So, or the fishing in general sucks here. But if I could take this, to different places and try my hand at ice fishing in different lakes and have a nice comfortable place to go where, the wife and dogs can come, and we'll have a nice insulated floor so it won't be cold for the dogs, and I won't have to set up a cot in here for my boy. I think that'll be okay. There's a few other things that I'm going to do as well that I've already ordered. So I've ordered some Velcro for these windows. So these come out, right? They're just Velcro, so they can come off. And a year ago, I watched a video from Joe and Zach Survival on them putting a wood stove in their pop-up ice shack. And what they did is they took one of these windows and they took the window out and they bought stove jack, and they made a stove jack piece that fit perfectly on there with the Velcro on. So replacing this clear window with a stove jack, and then they were able to put their wood stove and stick it out the window. So I really want to do that as well with the New Way stove, because it's a vented propane, so the propane bottle can sit outside, and I'm going to build a tin floor section where I want the stove on the permanent floor that I'm building. So it'll have a built-in heat shield there, and then I can just run it right out one of the windows, and we'll have nice consistent heat, 30-pound tank. It's not going to be ultralight setup, obviously. But yeah, I want to put in the Frabble lighting, the New Way stove. I want a solid floor, and I think that will accomplish what I want. I love this ice shack, and I like that it's so mobile, but I don't like the wet and slushy floor, and you put something down and it gets wet, and I kind of want that insulated floor. So I know some of you have been asking about ice fishing, and I think this is the solution. I think the solution is to make it more comfortable, and yet still portable, where I can break the 3 sections of floor down, stick them in the box of my truck with the pop-up, and obviously it'll mount to the actual base, and it'll have the polyethylene sliders on the skis. So once I set up and I drill my holes and I get everything ready, if they're not biting, I can just pull the whole thing. I don't have to take anything down. It'll ski over top of the snow or ice or whatever, and I can just move it to a different spot. So I think that's a really good compromise between a permanent solid walled ice shack with a wood stove inside. I think putting the chimney out one of the windows with some stove jack and having some Frabble lighting in here for night fishing and getting that all ready to go. I think that's the answer. That'll get me on the lake more for ice fishing. It'll be way more comfortable, and the dogs will be able to come with us, and I'll bring a dog bed in here for him. So again, I'm going to build this base. I'm going to use spray foam for the underside just to cut down on weight. I was going to use that 1.25 inch thick styrospan kind of insulation, but I figure, and I could still use that. But the spray foam, if I can spray foam, like build the whole framing and all the holes, and it's all going to be 2x2 framing, if I get everything set and I'm comfortable and happy with it, thanks boss, then I can just flip it over upside down, spray foam the whole bottom, get a nice 2-inch, 1.5 inch thick insulation on the base, and that gluey insulation, once it dries, it'll hold everything together better too, and make it a bit more solid. So that's the game plan. So this is just an update, let you guys know what I'm planning to do and what I'm going to start building, so that we can get on the lake and do some ice fishing. Alright, talk to you soon.